Hey guys, Grand Lamb here. Today's video is going to be a short one. It's basically what I've been up to lately regarding one of the new decks. Grand Creators features a new deck called Brave Token, which, if you're not familiar with it, features around basically like an Isekai theme where you summon a token, and then all the monsters like focus around having the token on the field. It's like a self-insert hero thing. Uh, 2 hours ago, the latest card for the deck was revealed, which is a Rhoda for their starter card, which now makes this a 9 card engine. I think there's a lot of potential for the engine actually. There's a few upsides to it that like set up a lot of other control decks, like Eldritch for instance, that I think should be looked into. It's also a free link too for Verte to make a Phoenix Enforcer. But today's video is just going to show you what you can sort of do with it. So I guess we can start. Okay, for the purpose of this entire video, Gamma's gonna be a blank. It could be any card you want, you just need discard fodder for one of the cards. So for starters here, the new card, Aquamancer, lets you search out the starter card, so I'll just go with it right now. Aquamancer effect is going to grab Ceremony. Ceremony grabs Journey. With the token on field, sorry. Journey effect lets you add any of the archetypal monsters that have Brave Token in the name. So there's two you usually want to play. It's usually Sanctuary or Griffin Rider. For the purpose of this video, I'll just do Sanctuary. You have to discard a card. Then, since you control the token, you can summon Aquamancer. This triggers Journey again to search for any of the equip spells. I only play one in this list, so I'll just use this one as a pillar. And then from here on, you can do a few things. Turn this into a Link Spider. And then make this into Verte. Summon out DPE. And then next turn, you have the draw 2 off of what you sent off for Phoenix Enforcer. And then you still have Aquamancer, which is going to re-add this card from your graveyard or deck. And then you're going to get the token again, plus this. And that's just off Aquamancer plus a discard. Alright, so I rewinded just a little bit to show you what another option is. Instead of adding Aquamancer, you can add Griffin. And still sort of get the end result if you don't want to make Verte. Griffin here is a negate, basically, that summons itself. And then, instead of like just going to graveyard or just staying on field, it goes back to deck afterwards. But what happens here is that you have a recurable, because as long as you have Journey, you can keep searching this card. Recurable like Omni Negate, that's really useful for protecting you from like back row blowout cards. And I just think that's really cool that you have just this amount of like flexibility regarding the engine. Okay, so Ceremony plus a blank also sort of gives you the same thing. I'll just show you here. Get the token, you get Journey. I'll just speed it up for you real quick. Journey is going to search out Aquamancer, assuming like this is the board you want. Gamma, go to graveyard. You can summon Aquamancer, and then do the whole entire vert play. You get the equip spell also. Next turn you'll have the follow up off Aquamancer, and this is without your normal summon. And assuming the card was a blank. However, if this card wasn't a blank, there's a few other things you could do that I will show you. Okay, so in situations like this, where we have Eldland, which is just a massive card advantage value engine, I can just show you real quick. So what you're going to do is Aquamancer effects. Grab Ceremony, you know the drill here. Ceremony is going to summon the token. Get Journey. Before you use Journey this time, though, you're going to use Eldland. Eldland grabs you Eldritch here. Journey is going to add. Let's just go with Elf Girl again. If you already have like the Elf Girl or any of the other pieces, you can just add Griffin and have that negate too. But I'll just show you here real quick. You're gonna summon this. Journey will trigger. This time adding the equip spell. some really cool things here that happen. What you want to do now is Eldritch Effect. Assuming you have no other spell and trap cards, you're gonna target Eldland. Eldland's gonna go to graveyard. Trigger, sorry, off graveyard, and so is your equip spell, which also does a really nifty thing. I'll just show you real quick. The equip spell, since the graveyard, you can just re-equip it to a token. What you do here then is Lord Effect. You turn this into DPE because that's really important now. Now you get rid of these. Make Verte. Special summon this out. I'll just dump the materials just in case you guys are visual learners. Send this to graveyard. Now you have Lord plus this. In end phase, in end phase, you're going to banish this. Get Sanguine. Use DPE effect to pop. Let's just go with these two. And still in end phase, you're gonna banish Sanguine. This gets you Conquistador. And then during your next turn, assuming like they can somehow out this, you have the draw 2 off Dasher plus Celestial. Special summon if you draw a monster, for instance, during your draw phase, and you have Aquamancer to re-add Ceremony back to your hand, which you realistically could have done this turn, I think. Oh no, I started with Aquamancer, but if you start with Ceremony, say for instance, you would be able to just add back the Ceremony. So this ends on 2 pops, a draw 2, a re-add, and your Eld engine going, which is really cool, I think, for a control deck. It sets it up really well. As you can see, this is a pretty recursive engine. I think it's gonna see a little bit of experimentation at OCG. I don't know for sure, but I do plan on trying this out a lot more in the current tournaments I'm in. That's basically it. Fateful Journey is just a recurring problem, I think. And Aquamancer finally being able to search this card, I think, glues it all together. So I am optimistic to see how well this does in the future. That's all. See you guys.